We're adding exponentially.
Yeah,
That's
50.
so cool. As the
That's
quality of the show goes down, our numbers go up. So I don't really
As it goes
sort
down.
of reverse thing. But I always wanted to say this anyway. Hey, man, if you're enjoying anything, I know this is just two guys talking,
Hey,
but
man.
you want to smash that subscribe
the
button.
shit out of it. Break it.
That'll really help the podcast.
Make sure it clicks, but then break it off.
Smash it. Just
Smash
punch
it.
it.
Oh, it's called a soft start.
This is a soft start. My hair, which I announced recently publicly,
Yeah.
I live 100 miles away from the person who cuts my hair. So
I did read about that you live 100 miles away from your
it
house.
was in People magazine, kind of in the
Mhm.
back, just one of those short stories.
Sure.
So it's 200 miles to get a trim. So if anyone has any problem with this mop top,
I think it looks better. Like mine is so bad I put the hat back on, but the hat is always kind of in the mix. But today
Mhm.
it was more of an emergency situation. I got a haircut and things didn't go well. The girl that combs my hair with a blow dryer charges me $90,000 every time. She is on vacay, and so we're gonna have to be DEFCON 5 for a while. As long as
Well-
you can handle it.
no, all you're going to be is the man with the hat.
Yeah.
The hat
a
looks
little extra
fine.
beat up. I went to Magic Mountain yesterday. Let me tell you something.
Mhm.
More mountain than magic, but I'll get into that later. Magic Mountain is a theme park where it's boiling out and there's
It's
no misters.
110. Yeah.
Last time I went it was 107. Yesterday was 101. I'm like, good God, why are we going always? It's my daughter's birthday and she wanted to go, and great guy syndrome,
Oh, here's an alt. If this happens again if she's here for a while, hey, maybe instead of Magic Mountain, why don't you and I go to the mall and get you a cute top?
Hey, why don't I push you in the pool?
Hey,
And throw
listen
a cake
up.
in there.
This is Plan B.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like that you nibbling on your little rat food.
I always feel like King Henry VIII or something.
Yeah, you're
I
like this.
believe-
Anyway, Superfly, we started.
This was like Lauren. Lauren always had his popcorn. Tell-
Dana, any
ask
ideas?
Kenny if we can. Is there any way
Kenny
we could?
Among.
Can we lose the elephant? Ask Kenny if we could lose the elephant and maybe have like a giraffe.
Steve Martin, is he in town? Marcy, will you check? Maybe we could throw him in there.
Mm-hmm.
Might want to do Hollywood Minute this week with Steve.
David's always game.
So I saw Twister after I baked
Oh,
the
yeah, okay.
goddamn. I mean, I was at the thing. It must have been 20 minutes, Magic Mountain. No, it was about 5 hours. And even the people that work there are blacking out. It's all bad. And they have misters, but they're not on. The saddest part is when you leave, it's all fun and games at the beginning. When you leave, everyone stands about 7 feet apart, and it's a 2-mile walk and sunny concrete, and no one's having fun anymore. It's just a dead stare, like, must make it. No one talks. And they're like, can we? No. Must car get to. And so we just, the most horrible walk of boiling shame. And then we get to the van. And then and then it goes, wait, let me, hang on. This is funny.
No.
Yeah, that's me starting the van.
With that one.
Oh, and then it's like,
so you were a
and then
tour
you-
guide. Okay.
well, everyone's sickened. Yeah, we had a tour guide overcharging us to walk us around. And
Oh, you
point.
did for $2,000 a day? No,
It's
that's
actually
Disneyland.
$500 a person. $500 a person.
And you okay, so $2,000 a day.
Yeah. So I go and then you, if you go on one ride like Crazanity or something, you immediately barf. That's almost part of it. They always hose it down. They were hosing down Crazanity when we got there. They go, well, let's go to one more because we got a bit of a hose down. The guy's like this, hose down. Yep. It's going to be about 15. So they don't like to hose it down, but they kind of have to when there's barf spray.
They hose
everywhere.
the ride down or the
Yeah, they
occupants
hose
in
down the seats and stuff, and they're boiling
I
hot
see.
with. And then there's so much puking going on. Even my friend said on the way home that they had the Backstreet Boys on, and so many people were sick. It kind of synced up to like everybody, bleh, rock your body. Bleh. fit in the song.
Well, if you
No
buy
one's
a
laughing
ticket
here,
for a
but maybe
ride,
on YouTube we'll hear it's funny.
a ride called the Vomit Comet, then you can't
Oh yeah, the
complain
Vomit
if you do-
Comet.
The Upchuck Hut. You get
The-
inside this safari hut, and they start shaking it up and down till you upchuck. The Upchuck Hut is great. Let's see, other
Diarrhea
rides.
River. Yeah.
Diarrhea River, yeah, that one they have to clean
We
it
had
out
that.
every 3 hours. But urine urine cave had an interesting odor. Yeah,
PP Island. You just go
well,
there.
they're
You know
just
what they
it's a
do?
wink and a nod because the bathrooms have lines 20 miles long, so they go. Urine cave is available now for and so it's kind of like
They
going to
hook
cave.
the misters up to the pee and it just sprays Misty Pee on you, which is fine because you're so hot you don't care. And then you get in the car and you're like, wait, I smell who pissed? And you go, that's me. Well, at least I lived.
Well, wait a minute. If someone sprayed urine on you, would you be
Yeah.
so hot you didn't care? So the minute the urine started, you try to light her toward your face. I just got to get so hot that I don't care.
They
I don't
should
think
have it.
any amount of heat negates urine in your face.
Why aren't any pranksters walking by a perfume store and going, and just it's pee? It's like a ball of pee, and you're like, ah.
Well, this is out tomorrow, so by afternoon
do it.
tomorrow, it'll be
Let's hit the
happening
Beverly Center.
at the Grove near the Cheesecake Factory.
I went to the Grove last night. I went to the Cheesecake Factory.
Okay, here we are. This is our new segment called David at the Movies. All right.
Well,
You always go
this
to
one's a little hyped up because
All right.
I don't really have anything, but I did go to Cheesecake Factory, and cheesecake was pretty good, and it's right next to the movies. That's part of the review.
Well, the throwaway Cheesesteak Factory. I'm still kind of laughing at that, only because
I
it was so
see a lot of
lo-fi. You
dates.
snuck that in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we go in.
Ballsack Bakery. Go ahead.
There's no tickets anymore. It's your phone.
Yep.
Beep, beep, beep,
Mhm.
beep.
Can you hold
So
a little
we
closer? Hold a little closer. Yeah. Yep.
I take my daughter and her friend and the nanny. I like that. I'm so incompetent the nanny has to even come to that. I'm incompetent in case anything happens. Choking on popcorn. So anyway, I give her $50. I go, hey, get some popcorn for you and your friend. I'd like to see 49 back and some receipts. So then they start the 2 hours of previews. Then every movie's a scary movie preview, which is terrifying. And if it's based on a true story, I'm really out. There's no way. I don't like the devil. I don't want any of that stuff. So I get through that. And then Twister, I saw the first one. This is not really like the first one. I have to say I kind of liked it. No tornadoes. No, I'm kidding. There are tornadoes, but how do you keep it interesting? So there's obviously a big corporation that everyone hates, a big conglomeration. You know what I mean?
You got to have a bad guy.
That's the bad guy. But it was interesting. The lead guy is the tall guy from Top Gun who smiles a lot. And he's the cocky guy with a big truck. And Daisy, is her name Edgar Jones?
Daisy Edgar Jones, who's
Yeah.
British, but does a great
British,
American
and you wouldn't believe it because she's like, hey, man, I'm hornier than a 3-peckered billy goat. And you're like, okay, just a regular slight
and
accent.
then cut. She goes, I thought it was a terrific
Oh,
take.
it's perfect.
I should be in my trailer.
I just came from sensibility.
Yes. Sensibility and sensibility too.
Yeah, she wore
Okay.
a corset in
Keep-
most of the
Finish
scenes.
your take on this because I have my happy.
Oh, did you see
story.
it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you
Day one.
fucker.
But the reason I went is because it was 107 where I live. And instead of going to an amusement park like some people I don't know,
Like some dipshit.
I went to an air-conditioned movie theater. But go ahead. What's your takeaway on Twister? Twisters.
I thought you'll know this. The cocky guy is too cocky, and what they didn't notice is
Can
the
we
first
get
50
Glenn Powell,
Glenn
ladies
Powell.
and gentlemen, who was great.
and this Daisy girl who plays a normal American. It's
Yeah,
funny. Do you
Daisy-
think Americans don't always play English people, right? Never.
No, we can't. I asked someone this recently. I met an Australian guy. We can all do American accents. He goes, because we watch all your movies. So
Right.
British actors and Australian actors have been growing up on American movies. So they
that's
do
why.
perfect American accents. Oh, there you go.
Because we never go there and steal their parts. There, I said it.
They
So
take
anyway,
ours, yeah,
They
take
come over
ours.
here, and so
check
she's
everything
like, she's perfectly has a quiet goat roper accent, And
Mhm.
but she's like the prissy girl they think from the city, remember? Oh,
Yeah,
you
that
know
they
you from New
think.
York City.
Yeah. He
Oh,
called her City Girl.
city
Hey,
girl, huh?
City Girl got a some fancy pants
Hey,
on.
look at City Girl likes a big blowing windy wind, huh? And meanwhile, I thought they're gonna beat her up. It's like that's how a fight starts with me when I walk through a town. Oh, look at the city boy. So the guy, this is funny, Dana, because Glenn Powell and his
Yeah.
buddies, they're the rowdy storm chasers. And they're like,
Yeah.
woohoo! Every time they see him, yee, yippee. But it was literally like them just yelling like that for all 15 minutes. No one had any lines yet. And they're like, yeehaw, howdy
No
doody.
matter where the main car was driving, they would come out of nowhere and show
Yeah.
up along and go, woohoo! You
Yeah.
having fun yet, City Girl? And there's like
Yeah.
a giant,
Tornado. Yeah.
tornado.
Yeah. And it was a lot of yippee ki and I know that was the funniest part to me. I go, they should just cut this together as a montage of all the yee. And because they got to show that he's the cocky, brash guy, but it was too much. Anyway, she's super cute. She already, I can't give the whole movie away, but she chases the storms.
I think it'll be okay.
Yeah.
It's not like The Godfather.
By the way, remember when she had a very bad situation in a Twister at the beginning? So
Yeah.
the first new guy that likes her goes, "Let's head to the Twister. What's my job? Well, you'll be in front of the Twister. I'll be in front where it's coming this way. There's 3 jobs, 2 behind it, and 1 in front of it. We're in front of it." He doesn't even go, "This might be hard for you. This might be triggering." He's like, "Yee!" And she's like this on the way there. And then he stops in front of it. She's like, "Let's get the fuck out of here." Because,
Well, first of all, there's no better scene in films where someone is hanging onto a pipe or an underpass. The other person has them by the hand, and then they fly into the sky, and you don't see what happens to them. There was like 10 of those.
Oh, everyone was fucking shoom, shoom, shoom.
The other thing I liked is the rednecks in the truck, more than not scared, just cackling with joy, going right into
they loved
a
it.
stage 5 tornado. Like, come on, let's go in, boys. And then like a Scooby-Doo mystery van, they press a button and these screws go down in the earth. So they can take, there you go.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I love, which I guess from the first movie, is they have these super sophisticated things shooting stuff in the tornadoes to stop them. And they give them like Wizard of Oz names. Okay, Dorothy's off, let's bring out the Tin Man. Okay, Scarecrow's firing. I just like that stuff.
I like they got all these buckets of stuff and they're like, "This is OxyClean" or whatever. They have some chemical
fake
on there.
chemical name that will defeat the tornado.
No one's
You're
ever
making
thought
it
of.
Bigger. They actually
You
made it bigger.
gave the tornado a boner.
I love how you're going for clips.
Uh-huh.
What? David is sneaking up to the camera and making him
YouTube.
That's a good.
Hey, by the way, Dana, I don't know if you got the memo. YouTube.
Here's me watching the movie.
Okay, go ahead. That's it. You start down here and you work up. Boner. Yeah, boners are funny. Horny tornado. They make the tornadoes hornier. Oh no, we got the wrong mix.
And then there's twins. There's 2 tornadoes. We got twins.
Dang it, they're twins.
They're the happiest humans on Earth.
We're gonna die. All right. By the way, there you go. Should we go to the 1 o'clock tornado, the 3 o'clock, or the 5? Because every time they turn around, there's a tornado, and they're always within a mile of each one.
And then they have the British reporter in the back seat. Remember that guy?
Oh, yeah, he was a fucking nerd, yeah.
I can't seem to get my buckles on. You sure we shouldn't stop? Hang on!
Quit crapping your pants, you fairy.
They don't have to see the movie. We've done so much.
Yeah, that's it. So that's the movie.
We're hurting their box office.
We won't give it all away, but I liked it. I actually liked it. I went away going,
I did.
It wasn't really what I thought. It's not exactly the first one. Pretty good, right?
I judge a movie by what was it trying to do, and did it achieve it? A popcorn movie that's fun, easy, no heavy lifting, don't have to think, some cool CGI, 2 really good leads.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah. Okay, so there's that. Get to your papers. What's on the paper?
Well, Biden gave a speech.
Oh yeah, this is what's in the news.
Wednesday night. And it was kind of interesting. So the whole Biden thing. I mean, it seemed like there were a lot of articles said it seemed like he had a gun to his head. You could tell by his speech last night, because he starts going, by the way, I'm a transformable president. One of the greatest presidents in history. I did everything. He's just talking about inflation down. I took care of this. There's no wars. Everything great, but I'll leave if you want me to.
Yeah, sure. I'm a bad guy now.
I'm a bad guy.
They loved him a week ago. It was like SpongeBob. He's the greatest. The Biden train. Then a minute. Then it goes, a few moments later. And then he comes.
Yeah.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
This guy can't be president. His mental acuity is shot 30 seconds before. Yeah. Oh, he lost his softball. Come on, man.
Yeah.
He's fine. But I believe that Obama was there when they recorded it on Wednesday night. Stick on the prompt.
Stay on the cards. Oh, yeah. Do not.
Stay on the prompter, Joe. Don't ad-lib. Stay on the prompter. Because Biden went off, I think, in the first take, which has been leaked online. He's like, oh, greatest. I'm better than Ronald Reagan Wheel. This is faster than Wayne Newton. He's the greatest president in the history of the federal center, Mike. Mm-hmm. No, stay on the prompter. Hunter, can you do anything?
These guys are rap.
Hunter. Yeah, Dad. Just stay in the prompter, Dad. You're good, The very notion. And by the way, let's get real. The matter is, guess what? I beat inflation.
I like
because I know how to beat inflation.
What about, is he the president still or not?
He is the president of the United States. He wants to finish the job the next 6 months.
Well, he just told us he can't do anything. So is he going to be the president or what's?
Well, he doesn't believe that. He said I had a presidency that I thought merited a second term, but I have to fight democracy, so I have to leave.
Yeah,
but he's not leaving. He's going to be the president of this United States.
Just take him now. I mean, all I see is Kamala on TV. It's like if she's the president, then stuff her in there. That's fine.
If he resigned, made her president, then she would be running as a sitting president. But I don't think he's going to resign. But he still has till January to do. I'll do an executive order. I'm pardoning Hunter Biden.
Oh, yeah. Is that a big one on the way out?
I assume he will. Most fathers would. Yeah.
Yeah. What about, I've never, meanwhile, I don't even follow politics when I'm a kid. Like, I never knew of this big of an event happening where the president does that.
No.
Richard Nixon, when I was a kid, they pushed him out, but he went on a speech to say he's going out.
Yeah.
And Biden did, I think, on Twitter or Instagram or something, which is just an announcement, just like a press release, right?
There was a month of him fighting it. Like every time they're going on an airplane, Mr. President, do you think you'll step down? Why would I step down? What are you talking about? I'm going to see you at the convention. He had all the money, and he had 14 million votes in the primary. He had 4,000 delegates for the convention. So a recent guest we had on he's got all the cards. He's going to stay. So then they kept pressuring. And then when you get Schumer and Nancy coming in, there's that pressure. And then they tell him the donors aren't going to give you any money. They showed him the polling. He still said, yeah, guess what? Fuck you.
Yeah.
That was on really... like Sunday night. And
they asked him something by the helicopter I couldn't hear. They might as well ask him in a sawmill. The guy can't hear anyway. And then you're like yelling. And he's like, what are you saying? What am I saying?
I think he thought he should have
sawing logs. I thought Richard Nixon, it would have been different if you're a kid. And Richard Nixon resigns by just putting it on TikTok or something like, looks like I'm out of here. Stay for part 2. Smash that like button. Like and subscribe. And while you're here, I got merch. Anyway, hashtag I'm out. Hashtag forced out. Hashtag get fucked. Because it was really against his will. He had to speak, though. He had to talk about it.
Well, it was all about, for some reason, he was 40 points ahead in polls, but he had these Watergate burglars go in and try to steal the information out of the DNC headquarters. Yeah. Bunglers who got caught. Now, if he'd come out the very next day, there were men in there that I'd never met. And I regret very much that members of my team attempted a burglary.
Oh, he could have gotten out of it, yeah.
Well, here is the deal. This is the greatest thing about history of Richard Nixon. Richard Nixon voluntarily sets up a recording device in the Oval Office to record his entire conversations, private and elsewhere. If he had not done that,
he
would have got off. Yeah,
yeah,
he's on tape going, "We gotta get those motherfuckers." So different circumstances. Biden was a singularity in the history of the republic. Someone quitting under those circumstances after the first debate and all the pressure, and they got him out. And that now we're on to the next thing. Every week something amazing happens in America.
Is Dr. Jill gonna have to start going back to the hospital?
Joey
doing her rounds.
She's going to the Paris Olympics. Joe was like, "Yeah, I feel kind of down. Will you stick around?" "Joey, gotta go to the Paris Olympics, Joey. You were sexier when you're president."
He did lose some clout.
Well, yeah. So now he's just alone eating his cold soup in the Oval Office. I mean, everybody split. Hunter went back to West Hollywood. "What's up?"
You won't hear from Joe Biden for a while. Then he'll pop out and want to challenge Jake Paul to a fight. He's got to get back in the news. He's thirsty.
I know it's a little weird. In a perfect world, he would have done an announcement in February rather than under this duress, with seconds to count. If he made it another week, they couldn't have got him out probably. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's look at some headlines and bore people in a different way.
We have all different ways to get
what
you
do we
to
got?
be bored.
Headlines. What's first one? What is this stupid one? Oh, this is funny. Deadpool is a huge movie, so they're drumming up any sort of press. This is the one that jumped out to me. EP recalls grown men crying over Hugh Jackman's yellow costume when he came on the set. No fucking chance. No chance. Come on, they cry. You have to do that to make people go, "I'm part of history." No, they'd be like, "Okay, Hugh Jackman's on the set. We've got number 2 on the set. Let's roll. We're going to walk at once."
It needs a little time. I mean, when's the first time he put on the Wolverine suit? 2004 or something? Yeah. You don't cry with 16, 17 years. You cry if the Tin Man comes out in the Tin Man outfit.
Yeah, by the way, he did Logan maybe 8 years ago, 10 years ago. I don't know, which is great. I'm sure this will be great. It's just so funny. You've got enough press. The movie's doing well. You don't need to leak this bull crud. You gotta stir the algorithm. You gotta feed the beast and the AI. And look how much we're talking about. Dana Carvey came out in The Church Lady, and there were grown men sobbing.
I sometimes, because I've gotten more friendly as I've gotten older, if people come up to me, I will do a character back to them.
That's nice of you.
I liked Hans and Franz. Really, look at you little girl, and it makes them so happy. I'm happy to do it.
For sure.
Yeah,
they should have Wolverine and Deadpool fight Hans and Franz. I mean, mix it up.
Hans and Franz can't fight anybody, but they can threaten to do a lot of things.
Right. They're very cocky.
Yeah. We could very easily listen, Wolverine. We could take your cuticles, your little nails. You think they're so sharp? Guess what? Go ahead.
I have a file that'll dull your blades in your fingers.
My buttocks are so firm that like a diamond drill. They will go right through your soft little marshmallow buttocks.
Yeah, you wipe your buttocks with your fingers. You cut your balls off almost. Because he's got those swords on his finger.
Yeah.
Shing!
Yeah, your sideburns are like little girl sideburns. We could very easily flick your sideburns with our little fingers, and they're actually very large. And you would fly across
off. There's going to be wiener flying everywhere like a Vegematic.
You better look out, Wolverine. There might be a Wolverine coming up from behind and biting your flabby buttocks.
Jesus.
They're supposed to be terrible.
I know. I think they would scare Wolverine and Deadpool for a while, but then
no, their trash talk is awful.
I know, but if they fought, then it would get out. They'd probably
their trash talk is awful. Yeah. That's what's funny about it.
I know. I love it.
You could very easily.
Okay.
All right.
Next one.
Okay.
We covered that. Yeah, we covered that. Okay, this one is called... Oh, this is me. I'm mad about this. Disney blacklists Emperor's New Groove. Film is still banned from streaming on the Disney Channel or something. Yeah, they don't do this at the theme park. There's a big article. This is a movie I did years ago, just a voice. But they don't do
I
this at
know
the
it.
theme
Yeah,
park. They don't have little, stuffed llamas. They don't do anything. And this was actually one that's been living on. It's pretty good.
well, why is it banned?
They just don't get behind it like they get behind other ones. So people get mad about it, and they said they found out they're legitimately like keeping it shadow banned. That's horrible, Dana. This was one of my favorite things I've ever done. That's me on the right in this photo.
And can we hear a little bit of the voice?
Yeah. What do we got going here? Let me guess.
Your character.
I'm doing it. Let me guess. Stuck together, raging over raging river, sharp rocks at the bottom. Bring it on. Something like that. Because we fell and we landed.
So
like
you
this.
didn't do a little goat voice or anything.
No, I said, what do you want? You want what kind of voice I do? You want kind of this guy? You want? And they're like, no, you're nasally, annoying, sarcastic, flat, humorless voice is fine. I'm like, okay.
With me, I always got to do a voice. I go, you're
And
really
you gotta
boring.
lock into something.
You have a boring face and a boring voice. Could you give us something? We're paying you a fortune. Meanwhile, the grumpy old man is a dog in The Secret Life of Pets at Universal City. So you get in the little ride.
Fucking thing.
Yeah.
See,
welcome to the Secret Life of Pets ride. And I'm just yelling at you.
Look at that. Why does a llama get rat fucked?
The ride in
Puffy day.
Broadway musicals that travel for decades make more than the movie 10x, like Lion King and stuff. And the ride at Universal will make more than the movie.
Well, guess what, Disney?
Mhm.
I didn't see The Lion King. Take that. There's a couple big movies I never saw, and that's one of them.
It's okay.
I mean, fine.
I like
I'm
Alien
watch it.
and
I'm not for.
Apocalypse Now. I'm not exactly a Lion King cat, okay? Give me Duvall on a boat saying, I love the smell of napalm in the morning, all right? I don't need to see Nathan Lane as a cheetah bellowing out to a canyon.
Yeah, give me Chinatown.
Give me Chinatown. Did we skipped over a couple things?
No, we're still going.
Okay, but I have a couple.
Oh, you do?
Well, I didn't think of anything other than that this was floated out there. Mm-hmm. Trump being saved. It was UFO, and they have pictures.
What?
Yeah, alien intervention, move the bullet. That's a real story that I read.
The aliens moved it?
The aliens moved it. We must save the orange man. That's all I've got.
We must keep the conflict alive.
Make him head turn just a little bit. We want to take off part of his ear, but not the whole thing. I don't know.
Give him weirdest bandage possible.
Big one at the convention, then give him tiny one for later on when he's golfing. Look at my thumbs up. I reviewed myself.
You got your own thumbs up. That was a killer.
I reviewed myself.
I'm going to try to get 2 for my jokes.
Jeez.
How does it work?
I have no idea why that. Let's see if you're doing it. We must
God
get Orange Man. We must save him with their.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Okay, what's next one?
Mm-hmm. Next one.
Mm-hmm. No rush. Okay. Oh, this is a guy. Who does Nick Chubb play for now, Heather? Will you look it up? He was with, I think, the Browns forever.
Nick Chubb, back in the gym 8 months after
I think he had a knee surgery. And look at this motherfucker. He's up to where I am now.
Well, aren't you hiding inside one of the things? I saw it's your hat.
I think it's
coming
the
out.
Browns. I think, unless they
are those
him.
What they call 45s, and he's got
those are 45s. The bar weighs 45. I've never seen that many 45s.
Well, the bark is if the bar could talk, it would be crying because it's bent from the weight.
Yeah, the bar is like, this isn't really what this was meant for. But I think those kind of bars bend at a certain point, but you don't want them to snap. You know
what? Don't any human being lift this much weight? If I had $1 for every old guy I see in the gym bent over, I lifted too heavy when I was young. I thought I was a muscle man. Now I'm like, I look like I'm an extra in Lord of the Rings or something.
Exactly. This guy, he's doing a good job.
It's not healthy.
It's not good for you. Do half of that and just get stronger. You don't need to impress me. But football's a rough game. They want to. The guy's got to stay out there and be the best. I get it. My quads are that strong, just from running around here and going to the Beverly Center.
I like the combo of anaerobic exercise with strength training. So, like, if that guy could actually do like 100 real push-ups,
Yeah,
I'd hand him $100.
then I'm impressed.
Yeah. Do you know if you can do 40 push-ups
Mhm.
as a grown man,
I can't.
the chance of you living longer than any other group of people, no matter what your habits, it's so indicative of anaerobic fitness, heart, lungs, all that, and muscular fitness. 40 push-ups, David. The challenge has just started.
What are your thoughts, being super healthy guy,
Not
about
really. I
when
have a
people
lot of-
say, I like stairs in my house because it gets my heart going? My feeling is it doesn't help your heart to get it going for 10 seconds and then an hour later, 10 seconds.
Well, there's a little bit to unpack there. It's a
Okay,
little bit of
Unpack it.
a little bit of a push. I'd say that the main thing is, like, what are we doing right now? Physically,
Not too much.
sitting.
Boring people.
When you sit, so much, not meant to sit so
Sure.
much. So your hamstrings atrophy
up.
and get shorter.
Okay.
The glutes, which is women always work on the butt blaster
I have a
for
great
aesthetics.
glutes. Yeah.
It happens to be the biggest and most important muscle in your body.
Mhm.
When I'm at a place where I have a lot of stairs, I have a few different abodes.
Oh,
I try to use it and go every other step, and
Mansion
that's
alert.
really, really healthy. I do
Yeah,
about
I
I do
mean-
about 1,000 a week. No, more than that. Like maybe 3,000 stairs a week, just average, without thinking about it, just going up and down.
how do you know on your step counter it says?
Oh, I know it's 22 up and 22 down. I easily do that 10 times a day. Go up,
Oh,
brush
the
your
house
teeth,
in
and-
town that I've been
Yeah.
to, that one
Yeah.
is full
Mhm.
of stairs.
But if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. But I
That's
do think
teeming with stairs.
yeah, you could do some damage in your house with some stairs.
They built the stairs and the house around it, I think.
You don't take the elevator, do you? I don't want the fans to know you have an elevator. Not your fault.
Well, don't tell them that.
You don't take the elevator, do you?
I tell you, I'm so healthy. When I leave on a trip, I put the suitcases in the elevator. Then I walk down the stairs to get my workout. Then I get the suitcases and bring them.
All
I
right.
send them down.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
How's that working for you? I love that expression.
How's that working for you?
How's
That
working
sounds
for
like
you?
something's not working for you. How's that working
Mhm.
out for you?
How's that working for you? Mhm.
Okay, next one.
Okay.
We got stuff. We got
Oh,
no
I got a lot
shortage.
more stuff. You want?
We got tons of stuff.
I got backups.
Okay. Is this me? Oh, this is stupid. This is the old Muff Report. This person dresses like a ostrich, and it looks pretty real, actually.
Yeah, cut slender legs and then a
Yeah,
fake
really
head
skinny legs,
and a fake head, and it's just prancing along.
and the arm is out like the top of the ostrich. But even the ostriches, you can tell they're like, "What's going on here?" Right?
Well, ostriches. Yeah. By the way, ostriches. I think they can run like 50 miles an hour.
They can run
even with
51
just
miles an hour, yeah.
two legs. They're pretty nasty.
Yeah.
They will bite you and run over
They
you.
gossip. Yep.
But as far as a human being looking like an ostrich, getting near live ostriches and squatting around and getting all up in their business, I say animal cruelty.
Not a great idea. Yeah. Also, why? I guess it's funny, but these ostriches are minding their beeswax, and you got this crackpot coming in there and trying to get views, which
that's
we
what-
added to.
Yeah. Why is a really good one. That's what John F. Kennedy said to Bobby
Why?
Kennedy during the Cuban Missile Crisis. We were on the edge of nuclear war.
Mhm.
I think it was Bobby said, "What do we do when the world says why? When the world asks why?" You know?
And what did we do?
Well, we stopped even blow anything up.
Oh, yeah.
Geez, I'm going to get you in Collar's Encyclopedia.
No, I like that. I'm just saying.
I'm going to get you an encyclopedia, and
No,
you just
I
get
know
into
about all
your
the Cuban cigar box thing.
you get into your double king every
Prices.
night, do all your security, open up, start with A, and flip through. And then
I'm not reading anything. It's over. That's over. I've wrapped that part of my life.
You have to. All your news is
Learning.
on YouTube. It's all
Yeah.
visual.
Beep boop bop TikTok. Bing, bing. Okay, next one. Don't try to fool ostriches. They've done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
This is funny. San Francisco Transit Authority. We refuse to release crime surveillance videos because it will make people racist. Why? What do you mean? Releasing videos would create a racial bias in the riders. Okay.
Interesting. I have no comment.
I have no comment.
Why? I have no idea what they're talking about.
I don't really get it. I don't
understand why when they release them, why would that make people racist?
I don't know. We'll move on. Let's just we'll go to the by the way, in YouTube where people leave comments, mostly nice, I have to say.
Thank you.
And we look at them to say if something you don't like about the show or something you like. If we hear something enough, fix it. But we're up to 150 now, Dana. I mean, we got that thing back there. That's at 100,000.
Right. We're adding exponentially.
Yeah,
That's
50.
so cool. As the quality of the show goes down, our numbers go up. So I don't really
as it goes
sort
down.
of reverse thing. But I always wanted to say this anyway. Hey man, if you're enjoying anything, I know this is just two guys talking, but you want to smash that subscribe
the
button
shit out of it. Break it.
That'll really help the podcast.
Make sure it clicks, but then break it off.
Smash it. Just punch it. Yeah.
And yell, I love Superfly. Okay. This is we have a couple feel-good stories. Remarkable cancer trial makes woman's brain tumor almost disappear in 5 days. So that's the picture of maybe a mock-up.
Wow.
That's not it. Okay, go. Is there a next one? Okay, there. Oh, I've looked at x-rays. That's a bowling ball. Okay, so I think the shadowy parts are bad on x-rays. That's the cancery part. So look at. I mean, I'm not a doctor.
It's the technology is moving so
going
fast.
away. That's great news.
The whole world is exponentially getting smarter about gene editing and the cause of things. Who's the person? The whole family's there, and well, I couldn't beat the tumor. Goodbye, everybody. And then someone rushes in. Oh, hold the press. We got a new machine right down the hall. I mean, it's just. It tells people to hang on because
hang on because it might work. They're coming up with stuff. If this is real, looks real. It's got 400,000 likes. That's real enough for me. So
didn't Bones? I'm going way back now. The original Star Trek,
Bones
the doctor,
from Star Trek. I was
he's dead, Jim, and he had a little plastic thing, but he'd go, and then the person would sit up. Why, thank you. I'm healed.
Yeah. We need that. Do you think it's still somewhere in the set or somewhere?
Let me give him a bypass, Jim. So he's completely healed.
Yeah,
I know. And we get
Why
this.
would they throw that away?
Comment on this, if you will, David.
Yes.
Why in the fuck we don't have a phaser, equivalent of a phaser on stun? Why do we have to have police shootings? They would go put it on stun. I mean, we have the stun gun. All that doesn't work, but just actually, really, a phaser with a stun
knock you out.
Yeah,
just
so you
knock
don't.
You out.
Yeah,
start from scratch.
Yeah,
I agree. That wouldn't be bad because then the bad guys would get them and do it.
Well, you neutralize. Biden came alive. You neutralize the threat. I got to neutralize threat better than anyone's ever neutralized.
I agree. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, next one. Are you turning into Biden? What are you doing?
Well, I'm just putting these on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, I like this one already. I don't even know what this one is. Let's see. Oh, this is another thing. Remember I said Chris Brown does a meet and greet? I don't think this is Chris Brown, but you're going to let the audience member, your girlfriend, go on stage, and he basically dry humps her and pulls his prong out. I'm sorry. That's my wife. I just proposed to her. Look at, oh my God. Get in there. Don't bend her leg. Is he a chiropractor?
I got to put my glasses on. I can't.
You got to see it then. Okay, start it over.
I saw it, but.
God, he just snapped her C4 of her spine. Thank you, and you're pregnant.
I don't know how in the hell they got that camera in my wife and I's bedroom.
Yeah, that one does. I don't know who that is. That's not, you know who that is, Heather? It's not Chris Brown, I don't think. But who's letting their girlfriend go up there for a fun little, hey, it used to be a magic trick. We need an audience member. And We in the audience remember to get finger blasted.
It's always like if men
Anyone out there on the pill?
if men see a sexy woman, they don't scream. They don't go, ah, if they see a burlesque show.
Oh,
and
yeah.
women, you know, they don't scream at a woman. So here's the three things. I mean, women, they like a man who's kind, smart, with a sense of humor, and has access to resources.
Money.
But we have to ask Heather, is that sexy, or is it a little bit like the like rapid dry humping and
it's immediate ick.
That's what I thought.
It's a no from me, dog. She said not sexy, and the woman's hurt, and she's also pregnant. Yeah. Embarrassed, pregnant.
It's all about the guy
it.
too, and all his running and jumping and positioning and humping.
Check out this wang. I'm like, I don't even know what song it is. I don't know what this person is. I'm just watching this.
I don't think it's sexy. Shot. I'm going to go out on a limb and agree with Heather.
Oh, Dana, that's such a limb, and I'm not going to go out. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's not for me. A little bit. Okay, keep going. That was. I agree. That one's not for me either. Okay, ready? Oh, this is a wholesome video. Okay, I think this is another nice one.
I want something wholesome.
This is a cute one, Dana. Watch this. Go. Ready? This is the opposite.
Today for one Channel 8 Eyewitness News reporter when her longtime boyfriend showed up to propose to her.
She thinks she's doing a story. Aw, isn't that nice? Look at it.
Did he close the deal?
Yeah, she said yes.
She did? I didn't see that.
She said yes, and back to you.
Have you ever for one moment thought of doing something like that?
Everybody wants me on the kiss cam or propose. I've had people at my shows going, hey, I want to propose. It's just people that want attention, but or they want something different, you know.
Here's a question for you and Heather, if she wants to jump in. Do you think most marriages are with like, we're just dating, what are we going to do? And then someone gets down on one knee with the ring. And has anyone ever done that except in Jumbotrons and stuff?
You mean in real life? Do they ever do that?
It seems like by the time there's a ring, there's a consensus, but the idea of...
Oh, how about this question for Heather? If you were going to get married, Heather, if the average woman out there in this day and age, does the guy have to make sure somebody is filming it? Okay. Wow. I think that's the minority. Let's go to the phones. Because some people have their friends follow or meet them there and hide in the bushes. They have to be filmed. They have to film it. Because they can kind of sell that. That gets a lot of clicks. Or do they want... Oh, I forgot this. Oh, they want to wear something nice for the proposal, right?
Well, she was on news, so she was all dressed up. Yeah,
that was funny because her reaction is great because she goes, a local TV reporter was surprised by her boyfriend when he proposed to her live on the show. Oh, shit, this show? I'm a reporter. Oh, wait, that's my boyfriend. Wait, he has a ring. She starts to put the pieces together.
I think it was kind of clever. I hadn't seen that angle. It was much easier to take than the smash and grab in the van where the terrorists attack.
We got so many comments on the smash and grab proposal. Everyone hated it. It was actually 2% loved it. But
I want, if we can get a follow-up, if we could get those two people on Superfly.
We should get them on.
If we could get them on.
Oh, I don't know if they're English. Heather, get on that. She's like asleep. Heather, get those proposal couple ASAP. Superfly.
ASAP.
Okay, next one. Hang on, wait. Oh, this is... I just have a question for Dana about SNL. How did you hold your folder when you went to meet Lauren? This guy's gonna teach you how. Planet Mike, here we go.
Okay.
Because I think I've been doing this wrong.
How do you carry an accessory?
His hand looks huge.
I am, grabbing it like an 8 and coming to business meeting. Make sure not to use underhand grip when carrying the folder. Making it all about the folder, but not about yourself.
Fuck the folder.
It's folder approaching the business meeting in this manner.
Way better. and then sit, and then
How does
feet
it-
out. Nice. See, Dana, you've been doing it wrong. I'm guessing you don't know what you're doing when you have a folder.
Well, look, here's the deal. If I can, I mean,
If I can.
it is all about power
Mhm.
and not being needy
Mhm.
and owning it. You know, posture is part of it. This is what I would do before I got an SNL. They still have me go read for stuff.
Yeah.
So you'd get sides sometimes. You get the
Yeah,
script a little bit. So I would come in. I guess I didn't wear socks. I would be disheveled. And then I would have the sides. I'd have them crumbled up in my back pocket. Oh, I think I
Oh,
got them. I don't
boy.
know if I saw them.
I'm not giving
So-
you a job.
So it was kind of like I barely care. And they go, "Do you have an
Oh.
8x10?" I go, "I don't know, maybe." So it's just all about not.
That's
caring
true. When you go to auditions, the more you're professional and don't try to suck, you know what I mean? Don't try
Yeah.
to kiss up to everybody. I remember we had Brittany Daniels come in for Joe Dirt. So lovely, so good, so prepared. And when she didn't go like the flirty thing a lot of me, hi you guys, oh my
Mhm.
God, the 405 was so bad.
Mhm.
It wasn't that. She's like, hey, you guys ready? We're like, oh yeah. And then she's like, blah, blah, blah. Thanks, guys. She just got up and left. You know, she was very polite, but I'm a professional, boom, boom. And then we called her back. Here's another trick she did. We called her back and she wore the same outfit. And even on the third call back, and when she got the movie, I talked to her during the movie about, I said, do you remember that? And she said, oh yeah. She said, if I get it, it's so fleeting why they like someone. I want everything to be the exact way it was the first time they saw me. Something about that stuck with you guys. And I was like, it's so true. Some people come back, look different. And you're like, wait, you know what I mean?
Whenever-
Anything can be off. Something, the way they do the hair. So that's how fickle everyone is. And that's, I don't even know where I was going with this. But.
Well, the worst part is professional comedians. Sometimes, you know, I would come in and I'd be a little amped up. And so I would be
sickening
funny in the beginning. Like, we're not reading yet. Really making them laugh with whatever shtick I had.
Yeah.
And then Suzanne Plachette is there, I think 5 minutes or so. And she's like, it's great when you have somebody come in who's already funny. I can't wait to hear this.
I can't
and
wait
I didn't.
to hear
The script was terrible and I was terrible. And then it was that awkwardness afterwards of getting out of the room. Just get out of the room. Okay.
They just hate that you're even sitting there still. They're like, let's disappear.
Yeah, just go.
I don't want to watch you walk 4 goddamn steps. They hate you. It turns, I've done that. You walk in with old razzmatazz, like, hey, ba-da-ba-doo-ba. And you're like, funny, because I'm like, this is how I get the callback. Because once I start acting, they're going to be like, what's going on here? Why? It just shifted into unfunniness and unlikability. Skyrocket.
I would follow when I was on the other side of the fence and reading people. We'd read 10 people. And it was a coin toss. And so I would go out and find each one who read. I go, this is completely just flip them up in the air. You're as good as anyone who's ever read today. We'll just see where it goes. Next person. You're as good as any. Because in my mind, I thought De Niro, if it was drama, had read for me. If as a comedian, I would think, oh, fuck, they just saw David Spade. I don't have a chance.
Yeah. I did one, Dana, and it was for My Sister Sam. It was like a sitcom. And it was on my third audition. Warner Brothers lot, nervous as shit, cannot act my way out of a paper bag. And then I go in there and I'm like, and I'm waiting. I think I told you this. I'm waiting, and the girl's Kathleen Lettery. I think she's some tough ass casting. And I read it, and then I go, actually, because it's always so flat and boring. I turn over my papers. I go, actually, I rewrote the scene, which I think would be a little funnier. And she's like, I'm sorry, what? And I go, no, I mean, this is a little unorthodox. She's like, 1,000%. And then I go, if I could just read you like the funnier version. She goes, no, we won't need that. And let me give you a tip. Never do this again in audition. And I was like, very constructive criticism. Thank you. And then I went and I called my agent. I go, how'd it go? And they were like, you didn't happen to rewrite the script. I go, no, but it wasn't that good. And I was just, it actually, if I could read it to you, he's like, no one wants you to read it to him. Just please don't make my job this hard.
My misfortune
Yes.
between 1980 and 1986 is I actually got some stuff.
Oh,
And it was
right.
all a waste
And you weren't
of time.
ready?
No, it was just never going to make it. One of the boys
Oh,
with Mickey Rooney
right.
and Nathan Lane. I did Blue Thunder with James Ferrantino.
Boom.
I did many pilots, one with Michael Richards. I did one with Desi Arnaz Jr. And a lot of times I was just playing kind of the straight, cute guy because this is me a long time ago. Yeah, I played the straight man in the Tough Guys movie with Burt Lancaster, Kirk Douglas. So I got these, but I was getting enough work just as being kind of a Ron Howard type or something, just a nice, sweet, benign person. And then I got on SNL. And whoops.
And they look back
Whoops,
from
I don't
there.
want to finish the story, but the story took a turn.
Okay, let's try another one. We got a couple more. There's one I want to see. Oh, the dishes. Look at this fucking cat.
I do love that.
Why do cats make me laugh? This cat already, first of all, he's working. Watch him, and he's pretty good. Go ahead. He's either he didn't pay his bill or something. He has to do the dishes. Meow. Meow. Get that fucking shit off. Scrub it. He's got like a little Brillo pad. Look at him. This guy's not that good. He's just kind of soaking stuff right now. It's getting in his face. Watch it. Watch it.
Well,
I think it's the first guy.
it's
I used to
extremely
dish.
clever.
Yeah, I used to dishwash. It's hard.
I was a dishwasher too. The
Right.
Hobart 3000 cuts.
So
and burns.
I know what that is, and I can tell those cats what they're going through because it's
But
not.
what
an easy
we
job.
just saw for our audio fans is people putting rubber boots on cats and putting gloves up to their elbows on
funny
them,
already. Looked like
and then
cafeteria
leaning them up
workers. Yeah.
against a bucket of sudsy stuff with stuff in it. And the cats are kind of locked into the situation, so they start sort of picking things up. But it's a great effect. Whoever thought of it, the cats.
They're
do
like,
not-
I
they don't
can't
seem-
believe it's spaghetti night. This shit doesn't come off easy. I need more Dawn.
I want to. You have to do is you got to do the character sound effecty guy because if I'm
effecty.
doing it, you should. We should do it together at the Comedy Store. The sound effects. So anyway, I'm walking across some wet grass.
Yeah.
Open my car. The idea is the sound is the same for everything. That's
Oh,
what's
it is?
funny.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't get okay.
I start the car. I put it in drive.
Cat comes by and meows.
Cats are funny because they got a tail.
Cats are funny. You ever work with an actor cat? All right, one more. We're getting late.
Aw.
in the game. Well, maybe no. Oh, this is funny. Okay, don't play yet.
Mm-hmm.
This is children of Uganda. One day after the assassination. Look at this, Heather. Donald Trump.
Want to really
The
see
attempt.
something that said, take a look at what happened.
They recreated exactly perfectly. He's going, fight, fight. Look at them trying to, look at they got a podium.
Unbelievable. I don't
Isn't
even.
that crazy? Uganda. Uganda be kidding me. Donald Trump.
Okay, again, just even if you saw it. So I'm just saying, some young kids, 10,
Yeah.
12,
Yeah.
8, 10, 12, reenacted the Trump assassination attempt,
Yeah.
complete with taking him off.
Like
the guy, the
wooden
kid playing
guns, a little
Trump,
podium.
wooden guns.
They play the
yeah.
audio and then they act it out.
Damn.
It's pretty clever. There's like a second city over there in Uganda. This is their
They
main
did a
station.
tremendous job. Trump will use it in his rallies. They did it. They did it. They did it. They did everything like it. The kid played me. Is tremendous. He's tremendous. He does it. Does
That's what I was
anyone
waiting
not
for.
do Trump?
No, it's great. Tremendous kids, a bunch of
You're
great.
doing a
actors.
tremendous, and he does that more and more. He goes to that guttural thing to emphasize. I know people are thinking the same many things, and they know we got a lot of things to talk about.
He kind of does the one line, and the second line is the same line because it makes him think. I think he goes, "A tremendous job, these kids are doing it tremendously," and you know what I mean. And then he goes to the next one, but he sort of just repeats it to think.
I think for emphasis, and then many times he'll just keep going if he
Yeah.
gets a word. You know,
I wonder how much he
inflation's
goes
up.
off cards because he. Sorry to
lot.
interrupt you, but sometimes he says he likes to go off cards, but it's hard to find your way back on a teleprompter. I've done award shows. You try to
Mhm.
ad lib, and then you're like, go back. Where are you? You know?
It is
Uh,
kind of funny at sometimes when he locks back in after about a 5-minute diatribe. You know, and anyway, I'd rather be electrocuted than eaten by a shark. The shark comes in. I'd rather be electrocuted. It goes on for 3 minutes, and then he turns. We're going to take back the country. We're going to get rid of the fascists and communists. I'd rather be eaten by a squirrel than a monkey. And then he goes back. We're going to take back the country from the communists and the fascists, the neo-fascists, and all the people that are...
All right. If you
Look,
want, no,
that's
that's we can end it. That's a good ending, actually. All right, you guys. I think we had a great show. Everyone did a great job in the cast.
The cast was great today. No one
Any
was
wrap
cranky.
ups, Dana?
I'll just say I'll wrap it up as Paul McCartney. It's been quite a couple of weeks for America. The Trump guy got a dinger up on his ears, and he ducked and he loaded him off, He went, look at me, I'm such a protester, put my fist up. And then the mumbly stumbler president, all of a sudden everyone goes, you got to go. He says, I don't want to go. They said, you got to go. And the president called him the other one, Obama, and said, you got to go. I don't do an Obama.
It was Obama.
So you got to go. Well, I don't know if
that guy
it is.
said you got to go.
There's rumors. We don't know, but we have to move on now. Now it's Kamala or Kamala.
Yeah.
She
Kamala.
reminds me of a couple moms I knew, like in junior high, that were very much like Karens, They'd have their elbow in like this, like, excuse me, okay, we're not going to have every kid go to the party, all right?
Right.
Those people.
Yeah.
So I think she'll be good. I think she'll be tough.
Colin Quinn, I'll end it with a joke he did that he said, if it's President Kamala, and then he said that'll be like Kamala, he said that'll be like having a substitute teacher for the last 6 months, and then we'll be like, hey, the last president didn't make us pay taxes. She goes, I don't know if that's true. Don't try to trick me.
All right.
It's a good sub.
A fun fact. Fun fact. The only time a vice president has become president, besides George H.W. Bush following Reagan beating Dukakis and becoming president in 86, the last time, 1836, Martin Van Buren.
Oh, for real?
So it's very tough to be a vice president because you're right. You're in this lane of you're cutting ribbons, and they keep you under wraps. We haven't seen a lot of her, but it's going to be an exciting race.
It's definitely a nail biter. So we'll see, and we'll see you guys next week. Thank you.
Thanks for listening.
Bye. This has been a presentation of Odyssey. Superfly is executive produced by Dana Carvey and David Spade, Jenna Weiss-Berman of Odyssey, Heather Santoro, and Greg Holtzman. Hope you liked it.